Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Salt Lake City, so I came down to run the St. George Marathon, and first timer here at the marathon.
How did your run go?
Pretty good. I wish I had had a better training season, but my time was pretty good for that, so glad to have accomplished it, and that's all that matters.
What was the hardest part of the race?
I think the hardest part was probably getting up to the 13.1 point, so the halfway point. There's a couple of big hills, so just to have that drive and motivation to get up them and then carry on. Took some good mental stamina, but we got there.
Are you going to do another marathon soon?
Absolutely. Yeah, the goal is to do Boston eventually, so I'd love to qualify and try that out sometime.
My name's Topher Barnett, and I'm from Richfield, Utah.
And how did your run go?
Best one I've had so far. Still feel like I'm going to pass out, but that's probably par for the course.
Did you achieve your goal on this one?
I did, pretty close. I achieved my B goal. My A goal was to run a 3:10. I ran a 3:14, so I feel happy with that.
What was the hardest part of the run?
Oh, the last 5 miles. Yeah, last 5 miles for sure.
Was that pretty tough going up that hill through Vail?
Yeah, the Vail Hill, and then the hill, I can't remember what, so there's the Vail Hill's at about mile 8, and there's another one at mile 11. So it's tough going up those, but you just kind of have to keep going and know there's some downhill on that backside.
Another marathon coming up?
Not anytime soon. I've been looking forward to the recovery for a couple of months, but I'm sure we'll get another one in. Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, hello, my name is Kate Trusty, and I'm from McKinney, Texas, which is just north of Dallas.
Describe your experience on the marathon. How was it?
Well, I did the half marathon, and it was my first time here in St. George, and it was spectacular. The views were breathtaking and very inspiring. The hills going down you'd think would be easier, but they really kill your quads. So it was great.
Would you run another one here?
Absolutely.
And what are your plans for the next marathon? Or a half marathon?
Wait and see. I don't know. I was just trying to get through this one and enjoy the moment.
My name's Marley, and I'm from West Jordan, Utah.
How many marathons have you run so far?
This is my first one, and it was a half. I did the half today.
Okay, so how did it go?
It actually went surprisingly well. I didn't train a lot, and I did a lot better than I thought I would.
What was the hardest part about the marathon?
It's probably the uphill, really long part. I don't know where I was, but it was like mile 6, I think. And that sucked.
Do you have any goals to run a full marathon?
Yes, I guess yes. Yeah, I do. In the future. Yeah.
Also, did you achieve your goal?
Yeah, I did. My goal is to finish, and I finished.
Okay, I'm Marissa Jensen, and I live in Highland, Utah.
Is this your first marathon or half marathon?
This is not my first marathon. I've done a couple now. So last year I actually did a virtual marathon, and then before that I did a couple others. So this is my first in-person marathon in a couple years.
Did you achieve your goal on this one?
Yes, I like to not have too high of standards so that I achieve my goal.
Describe the race for me. How did it go for you?
It was really good. I felt like I liked that there was a gradual decline, some rolling hills, so it wasn't a total decline marathon where your time is artificial. It was really well run. All the aid stations, I liked all the times at every mile, like the actual stopwatch at every mile. Aid stations were awesome. A lot of support along the way. It was really well done race.
Any future marathons?
Well, I'll probably register for Boston next year because I've never done that. And then I don't know, I might need to move on to another hobby after that.
Did you qualify for Boston?
Yes, yep. I did qualify, so that was exciting.
My name's Aaron Perez, and I'm from Florence, South Carolina.
Is this your first marathon?
It's my 4th official marathon. My first time in Utah, though, and my first time running St. George. Yeah.
Did you achieve your goal on this one?
I did. I wanted to run a 3:15. I ended up running 3:13 and change, so I'm pumped. It was a great race. First time I ever ran smart.
Are you going for Boston at all?
Eventually, I'm age is not on my side because I've got to run under 3 hours for my qualifying time. So I've got 5 years to try to achieve that, so we're going to chip away at it slowly but surely.
Describe the race. How did it go for you? Was there a particular hard or challenging part of it? Or?
Oh yeah, there's a lot more uphill in the first half than there is in the second half, so it's a faster second half. But I probably went a little bit too hard, a little bit too early, so the last 2 miles were a real struggle. But I will say the crowd support really starts hitting around like mile 18 all the way through the finish, so that energy just keeps you on going. And like, I'm pretty sure I got this towel from someone who's not an official aid volunteer, but someone who just was handing stuff out from their house. So that's how awesome the crowd support is around here.
I'm Josh Willits. I'm a local here from St. George and studying up in Cedar City, going to SUU. But yep.
Is this your first marathon?
This is my first one, first time.
How hard was it training for this marathon?
It was pretty tough. I mean, I think the toughest thing is the consistency, having to run every day, really pushing yourself, and then having to fight through like little injuries, things that set you back, and just having to keep it going. But I don't know.
Hold it. How about that hill in Vail?
The hill in Vail, it's not bad, honestly. If you've done the right training, if you're used to it, that's definitely the part where it's not so fun anymore. Everybody's pretty chatty, having a good time. Those first 7 miles have flown by, but yeah, once you get to mile 7, people are getting pretty quiet. You have to start focusing a little bit more, but for me personally, it wasn't too bad.
Hi, I'm Robin Evangelisti. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I ran the mini marathon at St. George.
How far was that?
13.1 miles.
Is this your first half marathon?
No, I've ran first St. George, but I've ran others.
Did you achieve your goal today?
Yes, I finished.
Any future plans for marathons or half marathons?
Actually, a 50K in Zion is my next goal.
And talk about the run itself. How did it go?
It was good. The course is good, you know, downhill, so that's nice. And it was a great layout, and the St. George people do a good marathon and half marathon.